I have a dream. I have a dream that one day I will live in this beautiful tropical island nation called the Philippines. I have a dream that someday I will move to the place that holds my heart, Ormoc City on the island of Leyte. I have a dream, but will that dream ever come true? In order to reveal to you why it might not, I will have to tell you all about my past, my present, and my anticipated future. Thank you for watching the first episode of the second season of Ormoc Revisited. Lean back and enjoy. My parents got married on the 12th of April 1958. Their marriage would last for almost 55 years, in sickness and in health, until parted by death. The young couple must have started consuming their marriage quite eagerly, as just over 10 months later, my mother pressed a little baby boy out of her womb. That baby was me. The first 2 or 3 years I was terrorizing my parents. I didn't want to eat, didn't want to sleep, woke them up in the middle of the night. These good people must have gone through hell because of me, which was probably the reason why my parents withdrew from the child manufacturing business and I remained an only child. My mother industriously combined her part-time clerical job with the often underestimated tasks of a housewife. That was long before men started pulling their weight when it comes to domestic responsibilities. My father wouldn't have had the time for that anyway, as he was too busy being a good provider and building a career. Dad only had a very basic education and had to score his brownie points with hard work, building the reputation of getting the job done, and being a good organizer and a born leader. He started out at the bottom of the ladder, and before I finished my primary education, he had already been promoted to a managerial position. My parents sent me to Catholic boys' schools in times when gender separation was still predominant. We were all male Caucasians with native Belgian parents, the same culture, the same mother tongue, and the same religion. So much has changed since then. We still respected our teachers, and when they punished us, there would be another punishment waiting for us at home. Not that this ever happened to me, because after being a terrible baby, I became an exemplary child. At the age of 16, I moved to a private language school, where I studied English, French and German, on top of Dutch, which is my native language. The School for European Languages provided language education for students of mixed ages and genders. After attending boys-only schools, I was thrilled that they were girls. Finally. Until this day, we still frequently get together with a group of co-students who are now all retired. After finishing school, there was still one step separating me from joining the workforce, and that was my military service, which was still compulsory for each male citizen in those days. I had a carefree youth. Did I mention that I was an exemplary son? I like to rub that in. But to most of you it probably means that I must have been quite a boring chap. I enjoyed female company and had lots of fun with them, but I never got a girl pregnant. I was a modest smoker, a modest drinker, and never came anywhere near drugs. I never did anything illegal, and I never saw the inside of a police car. I told you, boring, but exemplary. Very high and very low peaks in the economy made my career path quite wobbly. As I wanted to succeed in life, I concentrated on my work more than on my private life, as a result of which I woke up in my late 30s, only to realize that I was still single. By that time, I had heard some really good things about Filipino women. Some of them were true, some of them were, as I realize now, downright lies. With my 1.66 m, I had problems finding women in my home country who were smaller than me. So these cute little Asians kind of appealed to me. At the age of 39, I signed up with a Filipino dating agency. No apps in those days. And started writing, by letter, no internet yet, with a number of these girls. To make a long story short, I became serious with one of them and visited her in Ormoc in 1999 at the age of 40. She was 25. For the West, that is already quite an age gap. But this is nothing compared to what you see nowadays in the Philippines. I brought her to Belgium, where we got married in the year 2000, under Belgian law, which allows divorce, and with an airtight prenuptial agreement that protected all my assets. Fortunately, because I ended our 14-year marriage in 2014 because of repetitive adultery on her part. I abandoned my wife, but not the Filipino community of Antwerp, where I had made lots of friends. I still attended parties, invited Belgo-Filipino couples for dinner, and enjoyed myself. Late 2015, I met another Filipina from Baybay, which is close to Ormoc, on Facebook. We started chatting, just as friends, but she seemed so different from my ex-wife that we started a 2.5-year long-distance relationship, during which I visited her in January 2017. We had a great time together, but when I started seeing some red flags, I bailed out. Now I am single again, and at this moment in my life, not ready to mingle. Why? I will tell you more about that after the break. Hey, you are still watching. Does that mean you like this video? Because if you do, why not give me a thumbs up? Or even better, subscribe if you haven't done so already. You know it is free. And if you'd like to share your thoughts or experiences, that's what the comment section is for. But please keep it constructive. And now, without further ado, I will let you continue watching. After a very varied career in management support, training and consulting, complaint handling, translation, journalism and copywriting, I retired in 2020 at the age of 61. As I had come to like the Philippines very much and always dreamed of retiring there, this would normally have been the time to pack up and go. Well, not for me. In 2013, my beloved father passed away, and when I divorced my wife 1 year later, it was just Mum and me. Meanwhile, my mother is 89 years old, still living alone but depending a lot on me, as she stopped driving a few years ago and has difficulty walking. I run all her errands, bring her anywhere she wants to go, and have dinner at her place every evening. She still cooks for me, so we actually take care of each other. My mother is not the kind of person I could take with me to the Philippines. I could have done that with my father, if he had been the surviving parent, but my mother would just wither and die if I took her out of her native environment. This leaves me no choice but to stay put. Someone once commented on one of my videos, "Paul, you are living other people's life. It's time you start living your own." I know this viewer meant well, but there is no way I would abandon the woman who gave birth to me. Being an only child, I have a much closer relationship with my parents than many other Westerners. Especially in the United States, it is quite common for children to move to another city or even another state once they are old enough to leave the nest. Very often they only see their parents for Christmas or Thanksgiving. That wouldn't work for me. I owe so much to my parents, and now it's time for me to take care of my mother. And I will until the day she dies. My great-grandmother died at the age of 94. My grandmother added 3 years to that and was 97 when she passed away. If my mother adds another 3 years, she may be a centennial. And I honestly hope she will live that long. But when my mother turns 100, I will be 76, if I'm still alive. Will I still want to move to the Philippines at that age? Will I still be healthy enough to make such a move? There are too many questions that only time can answer. So now you understand why it is uncertain that I will ever be able to make my Philippine dream come true. And if I have to give up on my Philippine dream in order to facilitate my mother's longevity, I will do so with a smile on my face. Thanks for watching this video till the end. Feel free to use the comment section constructively to voice your opinions or post your suggestions. Please like and subscribe and click the notification bell if you don't want to miss my next video. If you like watching Ormoc Revisited, you may also fancy my other series, 7 Amazing Tales of the Philippines and the Expat Files. Or maybe you are more interested in my videos about Europe. You can find all of these on Homebase Belgium. Be happy, stay healthy and enjoy life.